Nicola Spendlove here from the Mental Illness in the Family blog. Hope everyone is well. So today I wanted to talk about respecting confidentiality when discussing a family member's mental illness. So I kind of briefly touched on this in my most recent blog post, but I've been reflecting on it more. Hello, Louie. And I wanted to make a dedicated post about it because I do think it's very important. So it is important to say, first of all, that my brother is very aware that I make this blog. When I was offered the position, I first consulted with him and asked would he be comfortable with me discussing an anonymised version of his story without using his name. And we agreed on the parts of his story that he was comfortable with me writing about and the parts that he wasn't. If my brother had said that he wasn't comfortable with me discussing his diagnosis on the internet, even if I didn't use his name, I wouldn't have done this blog. It's really important to adopt that principle in all discussions that we have. I don't discuss certain aspects of my brother's mental illness with certain friends. There are particular people that he's comfortable with me talking to, and particular people that he's asked me not to speak about his diagnosis with, which I totally respect. Now, the person that you love who has a diagnosis will have different levels of comfort. They may ask that you don't speak to any of your friends about what's going on for them. And I think it's really important to respect that too, while also finding an appropriate way for you to vent, because that's very important as well for your own self-care. If you are in a position to avail of counselling, I find that that's the best and most appropriate way to do this. I see a counsellor once a month and we speak at length about my brother's diagnosis. I discuss things that I don't discuss on the blog with her. And obviously there's confidentiality within that relationship, which makes it a lot more appropriate and a lot easier. I know that anything I say about my brother won't get back to him or to anybody that he's not comfortable discussing things with. So that's how I deal with it. It's a tricky balance to strike because it's important for your own self-care to talk about your experience of supporting somebody with mental illness, but at the same time, paramount is respecting that person's right to confidentiality and their right to having their medical records protected, because that's essentially what it is. It's a very personal piece of their medical records. Now, obviously, there are certain situations where you have to disclose things about the person that you support. Let's say if they themselves are at risk, or if somebody else is at risk because of a part of their mental illness, it's very important to go to the appropriate supports and disclose that. I'm talking more about the kind of informal conversations that you might have with friends or colleagues about what's going on in your family. Thanks so much for listening. I'd love to hear your input on this topic, and so please do feel free to leave a comment. I've been Nicola Spendlove from the Mental Illness in the Family blog. Have a great day, everyone.